Welcome to an introduction of model drawing. Model drawing is a really great skill we need to start implementing with definitely first and second graders, but even kindergartners can start it. Why do we use it? Because it helps students to learn and understand problems. It develops their visual thinking capabilities and connects them to algebraic thinking. It enforces higher level thinking and it helps their spiral their understanding of mathematics, and it emphasizes the relationships among operations. There's basically two types of models in addition and subtraction. The first type is part whole method, and basically it looks like a long tape where we have a part here and a part here, and the whole can either be with an answer down at the bottom at the end. Some people do the whole at the top. Some people start out making it look like this with the whole at the top and then the parts here. That's usually how it's introduced in like first and second grade. But then after it's done like that, a lot of second grade teachers on up just do a part, and a whole down there, or they can put the whole up there. Okay, the comparison model is when we're comparing two different models. We usually do like a starting line to make sure that they start at the same place. And then we have the one quantity there and the second quantity, and we're trying to find the difference right there. They work the same way with multiplication and division. Here's the part and whole. So we have one part like that, and then the whole would be the whole thing with all the parts. Again, comparison, we would have the starting line and we'd say, oh, x is 3 times bigger than y. So we'd draw our blocks the same length and then we'd make 3 of them for x. So we could say that whatever y is, x would be 3 times that. They really are a great way to introduce them. Now, make sure when you start these, we start with concrete models. You might actually have cookies or Cheerios. And then after we do the concrete objects, we still go to concrete materials, such as Unifix cubes, so that they can still see them and hold them. After they get good at that, then we move to pictorial, so that we can see, though, that this is still 3 and 2. And on this one, they want to know the total over here, so it would be 5. Notice the objects are always the same length. That way we can use them to compare. Instead of here, where each one had a value of 1. Okay, as we do this and we move on to the upper grades, the pictures become even more abstract. So here we just say, oh, the boys stands for 7, the girls is 21, and so you can just label the bar instead of having a bar for every amount. Or we have a part that's 70 and a part that's 30. What's the total? So the pictures go from concrete, like here we are with cars, to represented with squares, for 1 square is equal to 1 car, to a little more abstract where we just say, oh, that equals 4 cars, that equals 3 cars, and then we can write an abstract equation. That's what bar models do, is help us write abstract equations. Again, this shows you we might start out with apples and then move to, or money, and then we can move to apple drawings, and then we just move to circles, and then squares where they all equal 1 for each one, and then the pictorial of, oh, that box is going to equal 2, and that box is going to equal 5. And then we can write the equations. So start with concrete so that the students can visualize it and hold it and it makes sense for them. Okay, the really nice thing is normally we have word problems and we try to understand them so that we can get a solution. With bar models, we're not just going to comprehension. So with the algebraic, we would get the word problem, and then we write some kind of an equation and get a solution, which that's not a great way either. With model drawing, we get a word problem. We draw a picture of it so we can represent it using a picture. Then we take that and we write an algebraic equation. Even in first and second grade, we can write an algebraic equation, and then we get the solution. Okay, let's do a couple super easy ones. So Sam had 3 blocks in his toy chest. So starting at the first grade level, I would actually draw 3 blocks in his toy chest. And then I would add 2 more blocks. So I can see that I have 5 blocks. It's a very good first grade problem. And again, you would draw a square for every block. Now, by the time we get to a little bit harder problems, for example, Sam had 22 blocks, we no longer want to draw 22 blocks. So we just draw a tape diagram or a bar model and we label it 22. Now we're going to add 5 more. Now, starting out, you would label and actually draw 5 more so that the kids could count on. But as they get pretty good at this, you're going to just say, oh, I'm going to add another section, and that one is 5. Make sure they're not the same size, because 22's rectangle should not be the same size as the 5 rectangle. Then we write our algebraic equation. 22 plus 5 equals 27 blocks. Okay, let's do a couple subtraction ones. Now an introductory one would be Don had 8 cupcakes. So I would actually draw 8 cupcakes. And then he gave 5 cupcakes to his friends, so I can get rid of the 5. Notice I never put 8 in a row. I always want to keep that benchmark of 5 so I don't have to count them. So how many cupcakes does he have left? Well, we drew 8. We crossed out 5, so he has 3 cupcakes left. Okay, Carla had 47 pencils. This is no longer an introductory because we don't need to make it concrete because we don't want to draw 47 pencils. So I'm going to label 47, and that would be my total. Or I could label it up at the top as a 47. And she gave 5 away. So I'm going to put a 5 there and cross that out so I know that those are gone. My equation then, I need to know this other part. So 47 minus 5 equals some number. That's what I need to find out. So 47 minus 5 equals 42. So 42 pencils. Okay, comparison now. Okay, a couple introductory comparison. I have 2 more pears than oranges if I have 6 pears. So I'm going to put a P for pears and an O for oranges. I have 6 pears, so I'm going to draw it out like I would. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pears. And I'm going to write a 6 out there so I know it's 6. I have 2 more pears than oranges. So that means I have less oranges and I have 2 more pears. So I'm going to draw a line straight down where that 2 is. Do you see that 2? And it says, I need to know how many this is. Well, I draw them the same size. How many is that? 4 oranges. I love model drawing for comparisons because it just makes it easy to see. Okay, 60 children took part in an art competition. So I have lots of children. I have 37 boys. So I have 37 boys. And it wants to know how many girls we have. But the total is 60. So I know it's less than 30 So some number, so I write my equation, 37 plus a number equals 60. Now again, some kids would prefer to do this like this and write the 60 at the top and say my part is 37. How big is my other part? So 37 plus 23 equals 60. So there are 37 boys and 23 girls. Okay, come back and watch part 2 where we're just going to practice some model drawing and get really good at them.